Hi friends, I am full on in my PJs. This is my sleep face, my morning face. my PJ shirt, my old Kennewick Rec shirt. But I'm packing to mob over to the airport. I'm gonna go to the Bay Area today to hang out with my husband on a work trip for the week, but I just have to get this out before I go. So I just wanted to talk a little bit today about what getting embodied means to me and how it's been so impactful in my life and how it's like really shifted things for me to move from an embodied place. And this is why embodiment is like part of my purpose and my mission and my vision for the world, right? In this world and society, we place a lot of value on mind energy, which is fine to a degree. I mean, we need mind, and mind is such a beautiful energy. And I think in in the psychic sort of spiritual communities, there's this fascination with mind energy because mind is non-local. It's non-tangible. It's all the energetics. The things we can't see but are so like real, like all of that is so fascinating to us, and there's just a lot of like, ooh, shiny, attention placed on all of that kind of the psychic, intuitive kind of like mind phenomena. But I just want to say that there is so much wisdom alive in your cellular structure. Just as mind is non-local, there is, and we know this, we just don't really, we know this, like there's so much non-local energy alive in your body, you know what I mean? Like in your body, and it permeates every single cell of your body and every little fiber of your being. We think of the mind as being the space of inspiration and insight, but that same amount of energy is alive in every single cell and fiber of your body as well. It's just a different experience of inspiration and insight and intuition, because you are a multidimensional being, and you're like a triune being, mind, body, heart, or mind, body, spirit, or mind, body, soul, whatever you want to call that. All of that is alive in every single layer of your body. It's not like a graduated system. Each aspect of your beingness is valid, valuable, and like equal. It's just a different facet of experience of the same thing, of the one energy that is you, your spirit, your soul essence. And so you get to feel all of that through the mind. You get to feel all of that in the body. You get to feel all of that alive in your heart. It's just a different means of experiencing the same thing. And so as souls embodied, as incarnated beings, we're really here to be in our physical form and to experience creation from this physical material place. We're already skilled in the mind stuff, like on another, dimension or plane or beyond the veil or whatever. We're learning how to utilize all that mind stuff in physicality, And so this, for me, this lifetime, this experience of being embodied is really about learning the instrument of the body itself and learning how to create connection between mind and body so that we can actualize our dreams, manifest our desires, shift this fucking paradigm, elevate this world, evolve the collective consciousness, create better systems and structures that serve humanity on a global scale, and shake shit up ultimately, Well, we can't do that all from here. We need the system of consciousness to be online, co-creating and collaborating, and that's when we step into our power, is when we step into that full system online situation. And me, myself, I know exactly what it feels like to be trapped up here, to be in my thoughts, to be in all my dreams, to just, daydream, literally daydream for hours. Like, I have a lot of alone time. I was gonna say alone time to myself. It's the same thing. And literally, I could daydream for hours. It is so easy for me. And it's weird because just picture that for a minute. Like, it's me sitting in silence, staring at a wall for hours, but it happens. I'm very skilled in that. But my point is, I know what it's like to be in the mind, to be stuck in the mind because of all the thoughts and all the dreams and all the potential and all the beautiful things and all the fears and all the doubts and all the like what ifs as well, you know, the full spectrum of that experience. And you can't do anything there. Hold on, let me rephrase that. You can't live out your potential if you're only moving within that portal of beingness. You really need the full system to come online. And so when we come into our power, it's us bridging the gap between mind and body and creating conscious pathways for those two systems to work together, for really all of the system to work together. Mind, body, heart, spirit, soul, you know, whatever words you like. And so in the Embodied Priestess program, we're going to focus on getting in the body. We are going to anchor energy from that, you know, ethereal mental realm, and we're going to bring it down into the body so that it has a place to live and breathe and move. You know, we're going to move that energy through us. We're going to get into our creativity using the body so that all of that mental stimulation and inspiration can actually come alive in your physical instrument. The idea or the concept, I suppose, of embodiment really started working on me, found me, kind of through the avenue of human design. And in human design, you have sort of two different designs to your system of consciousness. One of them is mind and one of them is body. And this idea that all of this intelligence is alive in your physical instrument. It's not just alive in your brain, and that both of them are supposed to work together, blah, blah, blah. You know, this is what got me kind of on the path of embodiment. And so through human design and exploring this idea, I started to just act as the witness to my body, just really paying more attention to my body, not with, you know, no desire to like control it or to micromanage it, just to become aware of, you know, it talking to me, of it moving me. Just as we practice becoming the observer of our thoughts and our feelings, you know, just witnessing with non-attachment, no need to control or shift or change, just being a sacred witness for all the energy and motion. Started doing that with my body. And it's wild, you guys. Like, for instance, you know, when I wake up in the morning, I kind of have a little morning routine where I sip my coffee and I just kind of like come to and allow my consciousness to like turn all the way on. Have some of my little like daydreaming and listening to the birds chatter and just like, you know, just waking up fully, coming into my body, even though I didn't realize that's what I was doing at the time. And then, you know, at a certain point of the day, I start like, okay, getting mentally like prepared for my work day. Like, okay, so before I even enter the office, like what do I kind of got on the agenda today, and who do I got to meet with, and where are my like blocks of time where I can incorporate some free time and pleasure, you know, blah, 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 start thinking about this. And, you know, at this point, there's not a whole lot of anxiety that I feel, but there's still that like pressure of like, okay, I gotta accomplish the day, and I have this whole task of, you know, things to do. I'm like a high achiever and like a list person and a planner. So it's like, that's just that pressure to like plan and have it all, you know, laid out. So it's like efficient and productive and impactful. And it's like interesting that when I started just becoming aware of my body and being that sacred witness for my body, I would like, my mind would kind of start spinning with all of those things that I needed to do for the day, all of the tasks, all of the accomplishments, all of the goals, blah, 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 blah. And then before I'd even realize it, like I would be reaching for my journal, or I would be turning on my computer, or I would be going to grab, you know, whatever tool or thing that I needed, when my mind was like, okay, my mind's going back and forth like, okay, well, which thing should I actually start first? Which, for efficiency, which task should I like accomplish first? And, oh, well, actually, if I do it in this order, it'll be more efficient because blah, 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 blah. So it's like, I'm not even taking any action because I'm just trying to perfect the whole system before I even make a move. And my body's already doing the thing. Like my body's going, okay, like, let me step in and help you, control freak that's trying to micromanage this situation and is just getting stuck in fear paralysis because you don't know where to even begin. Let me just help you. You know, like, let me sit at the table as a co-creator and a co-conspirator and a co-captain and just like take a breath, you know? Whereas before when I wasn't really intentionally like trying to witness my body, I would just override that. I would just suppress all of that. And, you know, just I don't know, stay in the mental energy of it and end up hustling and like forcing my day because of all that mental pressure to get the things done. Whereas now I follow my body and I realize that my body is stepping in. All of the innate intelligence and intuition and instinct and inspiration in my body is stepping in to co-create with my mind. And my mind doesn't have to be the control freak or the micromanager. It gets to be a co-captain. It gets to receive support from my freaking body. Like, how cool is that? And so now, I follow that sort of impulse in my body. Like and everybody knows what this, everybody has experienced this, whether you realize it or not. I was going to say has anybody, but everybody has had this. So just recall the time that you like all of a sudden realized you were standing in the threshold or the doorway of a room and you're like, oh, what was I coming in here to get? Like, why was I coming into this room? You know? The reality is that you were likely in some kind of self-hypnosis or, you know, a meditative state, and some thought entered your brain and the body was just like, oh yeah, that's something we can tackle right here, right now. Let's go do it. Let's go get it, you know? And then when you kind of came to, when your consciousness came to that conscious, linear, analytical mind, you were like, oh wait, what's happening? Like, wait, what am I doing? You know, why? Because in that sort of self-hypnosis, meditative flow state, your body and your mind were just connected and co-creating together. It just wasn't happening in your conscious awareness, you know? So we're gonna practice getting into the body in the Embodied Priestess program in two ways. We're going to practice becoming aware of it and following that impulse and inspiration. And we're also going to consciously like do exercises and practices, like movement types of exercises and practices, to just help us get the body online and feel our energy alive in our bodies. We're going to anchor all of that mental stimulation, and we're gonna give it a creative avenue of expression in the physical instrument so that we can actually feel what it's like to have creative flow move through us instead of just being trapped in all the dreams and all the desires and all the could-bes and the what-ifs. Like, let's start implementing and applying those things in a creative way through our body so we can actually feel aligned action in motion. You know what I mean? If you think about it, you got to start somewhere. Like, if you're going to actualize your dreams, manifest your desires, create big things for yourself in the world, you got to start somewhere. And so why not just start with your own like creative instrument? I mean, you really have to start there. You have to be comfortable expressing your vision and your values and your dreams in your own vessel and holding the energy of that in your body as a magnetic, vibrational, like, you know, aura. And that's what is going to get people on board with your vision. That is what is going to get people like craving more. Like, yes, tell me more. Tell me more about this dream that you're building. Tell me more about this thing. Like, that's what magnetizes support to you from the universe. Because again, Gaia, the universe, supports your dreams and visions. You do not hold those by yourself. But in order to magnetize that support to you, you have to become the magnet. And so you have to support yourself. You have to allow your body and your Gaia essence, your physical form and instrument, to support your mind and your mental energy and all of those dreams and desires. And so we're going to practice all of that in the Embodied Priestess program, getting into our body, feeling our creativity alive in our system, and we're going to do it all in community, and it's going to be awesome, and I can't freaking wait. And I gotta go. I gotta finish packing, and that's what I have for you guys today. Thanks for letting me chat to you in my morning phase. Mwah.